Aditta Vagga, translated by Bhikkhu Sujato. On fire. So I have heard. At one time the Buddha was staying near Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's monastery. Then, late at night, a glorious deity, lighting up the entire Jeta's Grove, went up to the Buddha, bowed, stood to one side and recited these verses in the Buddha's presence. When your house is on fire, you rescue the pot that's useful, not the one that's burnt. And as the world is on fire with old age and death, you should rescue by giving, for what's given is rescued. What's given has happiness as its fruit, but not what isn't given. Bandits take it, or rulers, it's consumed by fire, or lost. Then in the end, this corpse is cast off along with all your possessions. Knowing this, a clever person would enjoy what they have and also give it away. After giving and using according to their means, blameless, they go to a heavenly place. Giving what? Giving what do you give strength? Giving what do you give beauty? Giving what do you give happiness? Giving what do you give vision? And who is the giver of all? Please answer my question. Giving food you give strength. Giving clothes you give beauty. Giving a vehicle you give happiness. Giving a lamp you give vision. And the giver of all is the one who gives a residence. But a person who teaches the Dhamma gives the gift of the deathless. Food. Both gods and humans enjoy their food, so what's the name of the spirit who doesn't like food? Those who give with faith and a clear and confident heart partake of food in this world and the next. So you should dispel stinginess, overcoming that stain, and give a gift. The good deeds of sentient beings support them in the next world. One root. One is the root, 2 are the whirlpools, 3 are the stains, 5 the spreads, 12 the ocean's whirlpools. Such is the abyss crossed over by the hermit. Peerless. He of peerless name who sees the subtle goal, giver of wisdom, unattached to the realm of sensuality. See him, the all-knower, so very intelligent, the great hermit walking down the noble road. Nymphs. It's resounding with a group of nymphs, but haunted by a gang of goblins. This grove is called Delusion. How am I supposed to live like this? That path is called the Straight Way, and it's headed for the place called Fearless. The chariot is called Unswerving, fitted with wheels of skilful thoughts. Conscience is its benchback, mindfulness its upholstery. I say the teaching is the driver, with right view running out in front. Any woman or man who has such a vehicle, by means of this vehicle, has drawn near to extinguishment. Planters. Whose merit always grows by day and by night, firm in principle, accomplished in conduct, who's going to heaven? Planters of parks or groves, those who build a bridge, a drinking place and well, and those who give a residence. Their merit always grows by day and by night. Firm in principle, accomplished in conduct, they are going to heaven. Jeta's Grove. This is indeed that Jeta's Grove frequented by the Sangha of hermits, where the king of Dhamma stayed. It brings me joy. Deeds, knowledge and principle, ethical conduct, and excellent livelihood. By these are mortals purified, not by clan or wealth. That's why an astute person, seeing what's good for themselves, would examine the teaching properly, and thus be purified in it. Sariputta has true wisdom, ethics, and also peace. Any mendicant who has crossed over can at best equal him. Stingy. Those folk in the world who are stingy, miserly and abusive, setting up obstacles for others who give, what kind of result do they reap? What kind of future life? We've come to ask the Buddha, how are we to understand this? Those folk in the world who are stingy, miserly and abusive, setting up obstacles for others who give, they're reborn in hell, the animal realm or Yama's world. If they return to the human state, they're born in a poor family where clothes, food, pleasure and play are hard to find. They don't even get what they expect from others. This is the result in the present life and in the next, a bad destination. We understand what you've said and ask another question, Gautama. What about those who've gained the human state, who are kind and rid of stinginess, confident in the Buddha and the teaching, with keen respect for the Sangha? What kind of result do they reap? What kind of future life? We've come to ask the Buddha, how are we to understand this? Those who've gained the human state, who are kind and rid of stinginess, confident in the Buddha and the teaching, with keen respect for the Sangha, they illuminate the heavens wherever they're reborn. If they return to the human state, they're reborn in a rich family where clothes, food, pleasure and play are easy to find. They rejoice like those who control the possessions of others. This is the result in the present life and in the next, a good destination. With Gatikara. 7 mendicants reborn in Aviha have been freed. With the complete ending of greed and hate, they've crossed over clinging to the world. Who are those who've crossed the bog, death's domain so hard to pass, who after leaving behind the human body have risen above celestial yokes? Upaka and Palaganda and Pukasati, these 3, Badiya and Badadeva and Bahudanti and Pingiya, they, after leaving behind the human body, have risen above celestial yokes. You speak well of them who have let go the snares of Mara. Whose teaching did they understand to cut the bonds of rebirth? None other than the Blessed One, none other than your instruction. It was your teaching that they understood to cut the bonds of rebirth. When name and form cease with nothing left over, understanding this teaching, they cut the bonds of rebirth. The words you say are deep, hard to understand, so very hard to wake up to. Whose teaching did you understand that you can say such things? In the past, I was a potter in Wepalinga called Gatikara. I took care of my parents as a lay follower of Buddha Kassapa. I refrained from sexual intercourse. I was celibate, spiritual. We lived in the same village. In the past, I was your friend. I am the one who understands that these 7 mendicants have been freed. With the complete ending of greed and hate, they've crossed over clinging to the world. That's exactly how it was, just as you say, Bhagawa. In the past you were a potter in Webhalinga called Gatikara. You took care of your parents as a lay follower of Buddha Kassapa. You refrained from sexual intercourse. You were celibate, spiritual. We lived in the same village. In the past, you were my friend. That's how it was when those friends of old met again. Both of them have developed themselves and bear their final body.